Hey folks, Saunders and Noah Hiles here, PNC Park, where the Pirates just wrapped up a 6-5 extra inning victory over the Cincinnati Reds, their third straight win, a dramatic victory with Kevin Newman driving home Francisco Cervelli for a walk-off win in the 10th. Just, a different kind of victory for the Pirates. They came into this game 3-3. Their 3 wins were all shutouts. This time, they got some wins with some offense.
A whole team victory, too.
Yeah.
I mean, every single person played off the bench. Francisco Cervelli was the last man off the bench. He scored the game-winning run. All but 3 pitchers pitched out of the bullpen, and if they didn't score in the bottom of the 10th, they would have had to pitch another person. They would have had to keep on going. So yeah, good whole team win. Everyone contributed, and like you said, not a shutout. This one took all hands on deck for them to pull it off. So yeah.
It was a good all-around offensive performance, but Josh Bell, I think, was really kind of star of the game. He had an RBI, 2 RBI doubles, and then the solo home run, a very deep home run to center field, and just the kind of game where you see from Josh Bell where you think, man, like if there could be more of those, he really could still be a star player in this league.
It's ironic. I was talking to Craig Riley from 93.7 The Fan before the game, and we were debating if Bell in the cleanup spot had worked up to this point. He had 4 RBIs in 6 games, which totaled out to averaging like on a 162 game pace of 108 RBIs in a season, which is what you want from your cleanup guy, but you hadn't seen the burst of power that you would hope to get from him, and you saw that today with him pulling the ball to all fields, and then to cap off back-to-back doubles. He would have had more runs batted in if the book rule double there on his second one saved him from an RBI.
Yeah.
And so, but then he gets it with the home run as well. An excellent game from Bell altogether.
And I think you really saw, this is a lineup that I think a lot of people before the game, see the snarkiness on Twitter with, Cervelli and Jung Ho Gung and Adam Frazier all getting the day off. But I think it's a lineup that still has a lot of interesting parts. I'm not sure that the Pirates are going to have a good offense, but I don't think this is the kind of team where the guys that are those bench players, the Colin Morans, the Jacob Stallings, that aren't going to be able to contribute. Kevin Newman. I mean, obviously, I think those guys can contribute at this level. They just need days like today where they're able to put hits together and put innings together. I think that's going to be the thing that if they can do that, they're going to have an offense that's going to be at an acceptable kind of playoff level caliber. And if they don't, they're going to struggle like we've seen at times so far earlier this season.
Yeah, and they're going to get better as well if they can get young guys to come up and contribute, like we saw from Jason Martin today, batting leadoff. His first MLB at bat, gets a hit, gets a stolen base, scores a run. That's a nice way to start off the game when, you can give your leadoff hitter, Frazier, who's probably the most consistent hitter on the team right now, a day off on a Saturday afternoon, call a kid up from AAA, and he contributes immediately. That's what you like to see, and that's what they're going to need. This isn't a team that they can rely on 2 or 3 guys to give forth the bulk of offensive production. It's going to have to be all 25 men on the roster each and every single game contributing something. If it means just coming in and pitching for one batter, if it means making an appearance late in the game as a defensive substitution or pinch running or pinch hitting, whatever it is, that's what it's going to need to happen, and that's what we saw here today. Every single person, did their part.
Yeah, and we didn't talk about the bullpen yet. Keno Kella blows the save with a home run by Joey Votto. Clint Hurdle said that's a good pitch.
Yeah,
that's one of the best hitters in the majors. That's going to happen.
It's a Hall of Famer.
But you look at the rest of the performance in the bullpen. Richard Rodriguez had another good inning. Mm-hmm. I think if there were some panic about his play early, I think you probably put a lot of that aside. And then really, I thought the 9th and 10th inning were very interesting. Nick Birdie going out there in a pretty high leverage situation for a guy who's a Rule 5 draft pick. And then Francisco Liriano, I think, to me, if he can be that left-handed reliever that, you can put against not just any lefty, but top guys like Joey Votto. He strikes him out there in the 10th inning right before Newman and Cervelli come through with the run. I think if he can be that addition to that bullpen, man, it can be really good.
Yeah, watching Liriano pitch felt like I was strolling the hallways of Burgettstown High School back in 2013. That's the Liriano we saw out there today. Vintage 2013 Frankie, striking guys out. He looked really solid. I was hoping to see him, make an appearance at the plate, too, just so we could watch him run the bases. But I think the alternative worked out pretty well.
Clint Hurdle made a really good point, too, in that, nobody has seen Francisco Liriano more than Joey Votto. They played against each other a ton, and that's one of the best left-handed hitters in the game. For Liriano to not just strike him out, it kind of made him look a little silly.
Yeah.
I mean, that shows to me that his stuff can still play. He can still get guys, at least from the left side, out at this level. And if that's what they're going to ask him to do, I think he's going to be successful.
And it just shows the depth of the bullpen. I mean, the best reliever on the team didn't even make an appearance today. And they still came in, and aside from one bad pitch, the bullpen was lights out.
4-3 right now after a not great 2-game series against St. Louis. They're going to wrap up the homestand tomorrow, at least at 500, maybe better. Have your thoughts changed at all about this team 7 games in? Is this what you expected? Is it different than you expected? Or is it kind of ridden the roller coaster of the way the performance has gone?
And ironically enough, I think the roller coaster is what I expected. It's very similar to last year, but it's a microcosm of it because it's only 7 games. But it's funny how different you feel about this club from Monday to Saturday. Monday, the world was ending. Our pets' heads were falling off. Just with the extra inning losses, and then again on Wednesday that happened with them blowing it in the 11th. And then you come here today and you see them blow the lead but come back and get the win. They win their 3rd in a row. They win their first series of the season. And after tomorrow, they're heading to Chicago to face a team that's arguably playing the worst baseball in the National League right now. And that's not to say they can take the Cubs easily. I mean, they're still very talented, and it's the home opener. You never know. It's early on, but you gotta like what you've seen from the Pirates. They've been in every single game they've played this year. They could very well be 7-0. I'll still take 4-3.
All right. From PNC Park, Alan Saunders, Noah Hiles, Pittsburgh Sports Live. Thanks for watching.